Morning, everyone. Welcome to another This Might Hurt. This is the second round of this video. I was doing it earlier and I got a phone call from my daughter. So it got a little interrupted, I guess you could say. So we're starting this one again. In the meantime, I had talked about maybe doing the readings first thing when I wake up, and clearly that didn't work. So maybe the universe is like, nope, keep to your normal schedule, do your normal thing. So that is what we're doing. The only difference being that my camera is a little shaky. I don't know why. And I am not fully dressed yet. I mean, I'm dressed, but I'm not like no jewelry and stuff like that. Anyway, yeah, I don't know why you feel the need. I feel the need for you guys to know all of that. But anyhow, listening to Carrie's reading for Leo this morning, and she said something about the devil card that I guess I knew. I just didn't. I don't know what the word is. I'm trying to think of the word. Not here, but like I knew it. I just didn't assimilate it, maybe. And she was talking about the devil card being illusory, right? So the devil, we talk about attachments and so forth, and those things are all in our minds, right? They're not actual reality things outside of ourselves. So, which is kind of like the Eight of Swords energy, right? Anyway, I thought that was very interesting and wanted to share that with you. And let's see if any of that kind of energy comes out. I'm in more of like a contemplative energy about it, but we'll see. Anyway, let's get the energies for today. Hopefully the lighting and we got the Ace of Swords on its side. So thinking about things in a new way, which is literally what I was just telling you. You know, I heard about this devil card and a new way of looking at it and a new way of interpreting it and seeing it, because the way that you see things is the way that they are for you. And we can't deny anybody else's reality when it comes to that kind of thing, right? We have to try to understand it from their perspective. If we're, I guess if you want to, right? You don't have to, but it would be nice if you did. The world would be a lot more understanding of everybody else if we try to see things from others' perspectives. But either way, it might be something old that you were thinking about that you are seeing in a new way, right? Because things keep coming back to us and we're different people. And so we see them in different ways. But that energy is just coming in. We're not sure if it's going to be the old way or the new way, but the energy of a new thought, a new way of looking at things. And next card out. Next card. We got a bunch of cards. We'll just take them. The Chariot, shadow work. So again, looking at that shadow work, it's coming in. We don't know if it's going to be in the upright or if it's going to be in the reverse, but shadow work is coming in, the Chariot. And it's coming in, normally if it was in the upright, I'd say it's coming in really fast. But I think, again, it's just starting to come in. So all these things are like really just starting. So there might have been a shift, kind of like what I had this morning where there was something that you heard or something that you saw where it just kind of shifted, right? My daughter called, so the video stopped. And then while I was taking a shower, listening to the Leo reading and hearing a new way of interpreting the devil card and so forth. So all these things are coming in now, right? So the energy is kind of shifting. So we can't really say if it's this or that, right? It's kind of that liminal space in between. Next card out, Queen of Swords. We got her. No, we got Queen of Cups. Queen of Swords. So in the reverse would be kind of controlling, right? Maybe you're feeling a little controlling, or someone in your life is feeling a little controlling, or maybe you're trying to control yourself, right? Because at the end of the day, my readings are all about us versus us. And but it could be another person, but there's some sort of control, power dynamic, power struggle maybe happening. I do know that I can resonate with that a little bit. There's a little bit of a power struggle going on in my group at work right now, where we're trying to navigate the roles and the boundaries, if you will. So this Queen of Swords probably has very little boundaries, or very rigid boundaries, as the case may be. And also, this is an awareness that there is a power dynamic that exists in most situations, right? So for me at work, I'm the facilitator of a group of 14 people. So if I don't have control of the group, it could go sideways quick, right? So there has to be a level of power and control with compassion, right? But there has to be an order to it in order for it to be effective. To the Two of Cups, I always say this is self-love and forgiving yourself, right? So I tell my clients all the time, we can't judge ourselves in the past based on the knowledge that we have today, right? When we talk about, you couldn't have done it any other way, or you did the best you could with the knowledge that you had at the time, it's meaningful, right? Because the knowledge we have today is not the knowledge we had 5 days ago, 5 years ago, 5 months ago, and we can't judge the person we were and the decisions that they made based on the knowledge that we have today. And this is understanding that and showing that grace and compassion for it. I love that for us. I think that's amazing. We're going to get some advice, then we'll get the bottom of the deck, and then we'll get to This Might Help. But advice for today. What's our advice for today? Four of Wands in the reverse. So maybe what you thought was stable is not stable. So I was talking to my daughter this morning when she called and interrupted my video about some family dynamic situations that are happening right now in her family and my family, and what I was noticing when she spoke about grandparents, her grandparents, my parents, and my grandchildren, my children, like all of the relationships, right? There's a whole bunch of relationships, and they start to feel unstable at a point, right? People start to get that feeling of you might leave, right? And that's when our people pleasing comes back, because we're trying to make sure that people don't leave, especially those people that hold title in your life, right? Moms, dads, brothers, sisters, daughters, sons, grandchildren, grandparents. These people, we kind of hold them to a really high standard, and we forget that they're human and that they make mistakes and that they're on a healing journey of their own. And over time, when you start to humanize those people in your life that hold title, you can see things with more compassion. You can see things with more understanding, with more grace. I'm going to try to move this so the glare is not so bad on the cards. Let's see. No, it's still going to glare. Still working on the lighting, guys. I'm sorry. Let me see if I change the setting of the light, if that helps. Not really. Okay. Well, you know what? Is what it is. So we've got a little glare down here. We'll try to just not show that too much. At any rate, that stability being fractured, maybe, or feeling fractured, right? Because again, it's all in how you see the thing that makes it what it is. Not necessarily what it is in for real. What you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck is the Three of Wands. I used to read this card as the ships coming in, assuming that the Two of Wands would be the ships the things that you put out. But I have since decided that the Two of Wands is more about the decision, or the lack of decision, as the case may be, or doing things a different way. And the Three of Wands is more about, let me put out there, let me just throw a bunch of wildflower seeds out and see what comes up and grows, right? So, but we have to, at some point, or in that liminal space, we have to sit and wait and see what's going to come of the things that we've put out into the world, right? And this could be related to manifestation. It could be related to any number of things, right? So what have you put out that you're now waiting to see if it comes back? It's kind of a boomerang type energy, right? But in some way, shape, or form, we're waiting, or we're in that liminal space and waiting for things to come back. Let's get to This Might Help. We're almost out of time. Well, there we go. The This Might Help is the ibises. Now, I know there's a significance to the ibis. The number 17 card in the tarot is the star. I don't have enough knowledge right now to speak intelligently to the ibises, so I'm probably going to read from the book, and I'll try to read pretty quick because we are running out of time. But yeah, the star card would be the healing, right? The wishes come true and so forth. And the ibises is stand in the star's pool, a spring of inspiration and deep understanding. These birds are the symbol of the Egyptian god Thoth, considered the inventor of all arts. Creativity is the human way of channeling what is going on in an unconscious mind. Human beings have a deep desire to communicate what we know and feel on a deeper level, but such things resist description. So I'm gonna stop there because I don't want this to cut off on you. So we're gonna leave it there. We'll talk more about the ibises tomorrow. You guys take care.